They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It's your boy, the Squirrel. Today I got for you another Patreon pick. One of the patrons over on the site, it's SIMacV. He gave me his picks for the week, and he asked me, he said, Squirrel, will you do a little Dave Gorman? It's from a series he does. It's the Modern Life is Goodish series. And this particular one is who is buying these Star Wars inspired products. I got to be honest with you. I know a couple of guys. I immediately just start laughing. It's somewhere on my page, and I'll see if I can find it. It might be on the other side of Squirrel. And if I remember, I'll try to put a link to the video here. And what it is it's an actual voicemail that I received from my half-brother, Matt. It's a hilarious voicemail, and you got to hear it, and it's Star Wars voicemail. So I'll try to remember to link that up there for you. Anyways, let's go. Dave Gorman. Who is buying these Star Wars inspired products anyways? So probably doesn't say anyways. I just throw the anyways in there because that's what I do. I throw shit in. I don't mean to. I mean, I guess I mean to because I do it, right? So here we go. Let's rock and roll. It's little Dave Gorman. It's time. Let's do it.
I think you can tell what sort of a person you are by how you pronounce this word. Right? It's a movie.
Biopic.
About someone's life. But by show of hands, who here says biopic? And who here says biopic? Oh, it's a pretty 50-50 split.
Never heard it called that.
There, that's interesting kind of thing. I'm sorry. I know, just because there's going to be audience shots. There's a fancy dress sort of costume. It's just going to look really weird. I don't want to pick on anyone, but I don't want to. Can we move? Because it's the girl in the front row. It's the third row, sorry, with the blue, red, yellow stripe thing. I'm not picking on you. It's just you've come in like cosplay. Sort of. It's like Star Wars. It's just going to, like any audience shot they go, people go, oh, look, there's a Star Wars lady. Can you stand up? People think I'm being stupid. Can you just... Is
she a plant? Because I got to be honest with you. I don't think her shirt's that bad. But if she's not a plant, boy, this is really fucking awkward. Oh, sorry for the language. Really darn awkward.
But look, it's a Star Wars outfit, isn't it? Look, obviously. You know... Well, you lot seem a bit confused by this. In which case, could someone explain this to me? For crying out loud. Inspired by Star Wars.
Obviously a plant, then. Okay, now I understand.
That is the same outfit. It's exactly the same outfit. And as you can see, it is apparently inspired by Star Wars. This is on the website of the Westfield Shopping Centre, where it tells us that this spring-summer, Disney UK and Westfield have joined forces. That's nice, isn't it? May their forces be with one another. For an innovative, new Star Wars-inspired fashion campaign. Really?
Huh.
As you've all just proven with your reaction to my friend Rose here, there is nothing remotely Star Wars-y about that outfit, is there? Admittedly, I have chopped one little bit out of the picture. I'm being slightly cheaty with you here. That's the full picture. They've misunderstood the phrase inspired by there, haven't they? Was their use of the word inspired by the word unrelated? That's not inspired by Star Wars, is it? That's sitting next to something from Star Wars. This isn't the only example on the Westfield website. These outfits are also apparently inspired by Star Wars. Yeah. Not animal prints, not nature, Star Wars. Which is apparently explained by this. What? The weirdest and most intimidating chorus line you've ever seen in your life.
So if you've ever seen a talent show, or not talent show, sorry, like a fashion show, I mean, to me, a fashion show is like, hey, we did a bunch of drugs, and here's the crap we came up with, and hopefully none of this crap actually ever makes it out in the public, because you're gonna get laughed out the door, you know? Basically, it's you know, it all looks like, stuff that Sam, whatever his name is, you know, like he wears that shit, but we all know, you know, that he's not right in the head. Well, maybe he is, but I don't know. I saw him in like a balloon outfit. I can't remember his name. Sam something, he's a singer. But he was like inside of a balloon. Like that's something you'd see on like a fashion walk, you know? Ridiculous, outlandish. You look like a cartoon character. You look like, you know, like the evil freaking villain from some futuristic cartoon. You look like an idiot, really. And these dresses don't. I'm just saying, like, in some of these fashion shows, they look stupid. These dresses are fine, but you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you see these fashion shows and people come out like, oh man, it's bad. It's really bad. Someone should sue the fashion industry just for being stupid.
This is the subtle difference between inspired by Star Wars and won't clash with Star Wars, which is not the same thing at all, is it? I mean, I suppose for a lot of women, there's a lot to think about when you're choosing an outfit, isn't there? You know, is it slimming? How does my bum look in this? What happens if I run into Star Wars? These are the questions you've got to ask yourself, haven't you? This is apparently inspired by Star Wars. And actually, if you think about it, this one does make sense, doesn't it? Because that is very like the bra that Yoda on the outside of his outfit wore, isn't it? That very much, isn't it? And it really is very like it, really. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Either that, or this is just another example of basically standing next to something from Star Wars. There is actually a video as part of this ad campaign. Have a look at this. I might as well say spring...
Boy, if that's not stupid and confusing.
Summer cheese, destination cheese, inspired by chalk for all the sense. Of course, we all know these things weren't really inspired by Star Wars. If anything, they were inspired by the success of Star Wars. They've paid to be associated with something that is hugely successful. But that's not the same thing at all, is it? People love Star Wars so much, you can basically put...
So if you pay to be associated with something hugely successful, and that will make you more successful. I gotta pay Chatio, huh?
Star Wars on almost anything, and you will guarantee that you will sell more of it as a result. How else can you explain this? Seriously, yeah, because the army of the Dark Lord of Sith needs a sensitive gel. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? There are two of these. The blades aren't themed, the gel is just the normal gel. The only thing Star Wars-y about this is the box it comes in. But nobody keeps the box their razor blade comes in, do they? You put your razor blade in a cup by the sink or what have you. And when you've done that, how is shaving giving you any kind of a Star Wars?
It's funny, maybe Gillette was trying to appeal back to the male audience, because a few years back, it was right around the beginning or right before the pandemic, when they started having like these like more like, I don't know, most people would refer to it as like woke ads, I guess, but these more sensitive ads. But they started saying that men had toxic masculinity, and they were toxic basically. It's like, this is your base. These are your people. Like, what are you doing? And, you know, it's like when the vice president of Budweiser came out, and she was like, we're just trying to move away from the kind of fratty blue collar people. Like, no, that's who built you. You don't ever move away from your base. Don't ever. Like, it's just not, I mean, I don't know, unless like, you know, if your base is like, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm selling these pink Forma pens, and our base is the mob, and what they do is they take these pens and they jab in people's necks and kill them. Well, then maybe you might want to try to change your base. You know? But yeah, whatever. Enough about that. This is our modern world. Companies do this all the time. They alienate half their base. So dumb. Gillette, what are you gonna do? You're gonna shave the mask? Are they shaving the Stormtrooper mask? At least you could have put a Stormtrooper with like a mole with a bunch of hairs coming out of it or something. I mean, creativity, people. Yeah, I don't live that far from Gillette. I'm gonna get a job there, doing better ads. I don't know, probably too toxic for them. Anyway.
Vibe. Unless you're going, How are you doing it? I can't work out how it is possible to be childish enough to fall for this and adult enough to need it. Surely they've missed the trick, haven't they? These are the wrong characters, aren't they? Shouldn't it have been that fella?
There you go.
That's how it should be on the box, isn't it? That makes more sense.
I mean, the Wookiee never shaves. He's never clean shaven. You could even like Harrison Ford in the box. That's fine. Although maybe there are parts of the Wookiee that are shaven that we don't know about.
That should be on the front of the box, and that should be on the other side. That makes much more sense. You've got to ask yourself, why do these exist? And I'll tell you why these exist. They exist so they can be a part of things like this. This is a write-up of an exclusive event celebrating the partnership between Gillette and Rogue One, a Star Wars story, that was held in honour of the new Star Wars-themed products from Gillette. Just take that in for a moment. An event has been held to honour, yes, honour these. Has anyone here ever wanted to honour a shaving kit before now? I doubt it. But someone from the website Movie Pilot has. One of their writers has gone to this event, and you will never guess who was there. I can't believe it. He's so lucky. Someone that any movie buff would be delighted to see. Gillette Vice President John Mang. Oh. John Mang from Gillette.
He doesn't go to too many events. That's pretty rare.
Oh, Vice President. I don't know. Do you think John Mang will ever be President of Gillette? I'm not sure. I think he's probably peaked at Vice President of Gillette. I think that's probably the best a Mang can get, I reckon.
Let's see what you did there. That's pretty good. The best a Mang can get. It's nice. Took their slogan instead of man. I see what you did. It's good. It's good.
But you know what? For our intrepid movie fan, this event was about to get better. He got to have a chat with John Mang.
Oh, God.
Following the main stage events, I was given the opportunity to sit down with Mang for a one-on-one. One-on-one with John Mang? Yeah. Mano a mango with Mang. He must have had loads of questions for the Mangmeister, huh? Must have done, obviously. OK, he had one question for the Mangmeister. That's fair enough, isn't it? You know? I mean, the pressure must have been on. All these different journalists are getting their Mang time. You must be racking your brain to come up with a question that nobody else has come up with. I think our guy nails it. Why would Gillette choose to partner up with Star Wars? Yeah, I want to know that. Yeah, John. What first attracted you to the billionaire movie franchise? I don't know what it could be. Don't worry, Mang had the perfect answer. He really did. Are you ready for his perfect answer? It's beautiful. Here we go. Everyone loves Star Wars, but what really drew us to it wasn't the franchise as a whole, but the story behind Rogue One. Star Wars has always been about the bigger picture, but Rogue One is just so much more personal, and we felt that really went with our brand. OK, razor blades, personal items. I think I can see what he's trying to do there. Goes on, this isn't the story of one guy saving the galaxy. This is a down-to-earth story. It's f***ing Star Wars. Even I know that happens in a galaxy far, far away. The one planet it is not down to is Earth. This is a down-to-earth story. Am I alone in thinking that this makes no sense whatsoever? Or is our razor...
I mean, you're trying to make sense out of a razor company partnering with a space movie and putting people with plastic masks on the box, and it's a shaving company. Yeah, it's not supposed to make sense, man.
Razor blade honouring scribe alone when he says, which makes an awful lot of sense. It doesn't, does it? Not at all. That's not quite true. It makes a bit of sense. There is a tiny bit of sense in there. A semblance of sense has crept in. Let's whittle this answer down to where I think the truth lies. There you go. Everyone loves Star Wars. Insomuch as there is any one thing on Earth that everyone loves, I think Star Wars comes close. And sure...
Well, it all depends. You're either a Star Wars person or a Star Trek person, I think. I don't think you could be a Trek Wars person. Maybe. I've never met one, though.
That's all this really means. We paid a shit ton of money to Star Wars in order to sell more stuff to people who fall for that shizzle. Surely that's all this means.
True.
Nobody involved in this sort of thing wants to acknowledge that money is changing hands, which is why they use weasel words like inspired by. The word inspired is often misused, I find. Imagine you worked in the movie industry, right? And imagine your job was compiling soundtrack albums. That ought to be a really simple process. If it helps, I've come up with a flowchart that explains it, OK? You're thinking about a particular song, ask yourself one question. Was the song in the movie, OK? There are two possible answers. You've got yes or you've got no. If it's yes, put it on the album, OK? That is literally what the soundtrack is supposed to be. Yeah, if it's no, don't put it on the album. That's That doesn't seem too complicated to me. That's not too much to ask, is it? Apparently, it's not the modern way. Now, the modern way is pretend it was inspired by the movie and chuck it on anyway. Let me give you an example. Top Gun, classic movie. Now, obviously, there was a soundtrack that came out at the same time as the movie. But then it was reissued in 1999 with additional songs, and then again in 2006 with yet more songs. Now, obviously, the songs that have been added are not from Top Gun. So it follows that they must be the songs that are inspired by Top Gun. So let's have a look at the track listings. Let's focus on the 2006 Deluxe Edition bonus tracks, which include, amongst others, The Power of Love by Jennifer Rush. Oh, what a banger. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's not fair. I've never even met the woman. Don't know. But let's look at the details for the song. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it was released in 1984, which is odd, because Top Gun was released in 1986. That's not the power of love, that's the power of time travel.
This guy's pretty good, actually. I do like the PowerPoint presentation breakdown that he does. I think that's kind of cool and different and interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I thought he was good. He was kind of just an odd subject, maybe, but definitely looking forward to doing some more pieces from him. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what you guys think. You know, we'll see how much love Dave gets or how much non-love Dave gets. I don't know. Maybe there's probably a bunch of people out there who bought the Star Wars Raiders, who was like, hey man, this guy's making fun of us, man. That ain't cool, man. It's actually pretty cool. Either way, like if he was making fun of me, I'd be pretty happy about it. Either way, we'll see. We got some more Dave Gorman coming down the pike either way because it is Patreon request, so I'll definitely be getting them out there. I hope that you guys did enjoy this, and I hope that Dave Gorman enjoys me doing this and allows me to use this content. We'll find out. And I hope that the folks over on Patreon are happy that we got to see some Dave Gorman, and we're going to see some more in just a couple weeks. So again, this was something that Cymac V sent over to me over on the Patreon server, and I do have a music reaction coming from him as well, so pretty cool. I will catch you guys hopefully soon. We'll see. Be good to yourselves, all right? Be good to people around you. Try to be nice, Try to be good. If not, you can't be good. Name it after me. Squirrel out.